Good morning and welcome to Manic Fishing. It's 20 to 9. I'm going to go out today and try and get a couple of congers. So let's get the boat untied. Right, let's get ourselves round to the lock then. It's 10 to 9. We're just lifting the North Bridge. What I've done is I've taken my wrecking anchor with me today, just in case I get a problem anchoring on this wreck. It's quite small where I'm going, but I don't normally have a problem, but I've got this anchor, so just as well use it. So I get myself in the lock, get the baby strapped up in his life jacket, and hopefully we'll have a few eels today. Got the old baby, got the baby strapped all up ready. Still on his lead, so he can't jump out. Right, let's have my coffee and get out there. As I say, it's a really short tide today, so it's a perfect tide for congers. Let's just tighten my clutch up. I can see straight away, that's it, I can see straight away that I'm not going to drift through. We're actually drifting quite good to get on this wreck today. So what I'll do is I'll move myself around and I'll have a couple of drifts over, so I've got my line, so once I know where my line is, then I can put my anchor in and I know I haven't got to move or mess about. And as I said, I have bought my wrecking anchor out just in case if I can't get on it, which I don't think there'll be any problems today, then I can bomb that thing straight down in the wreck. So let's move myself around and then I'll get my conger rods down once I get my drift line and everything. Okay, so I'm in a pretty good drift now to get on this wreck, so I'll just have a mess about and just see where I'm drifting first before I put the anchor in. But this isn't sort of a wreck I would fish if I was coming out here sort of pollock fishing or anything like that. You do get them on here, but this is just the wreck I use for my congers. I know they're here on this one. I haven't really had anything over 50 pound on here, but I'm sure they are there. But I've got some nice cuttle there. I think I haven't opened them up, they're in a block, but I think they're all pretty big ones, massive ones, so I'll have to cut them up, but we'll have a look. So what we in there, they're showing a few fish down there. Seems quite grey out here. Mind you, I've got my reactor lights on, so yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, so I can see my drift line already, so I'm pretty sure I'll be on this wreck pretty easy without having to use the wrecking anchor today. I don't really like, when I'm conger fishing, I don't like to be right in the wreck. I like to be sort of about 100 foot away from it, and then by the time my line goes down, I should be sort of just on the outside of it. I don't like, you do lose the old congers in that wreck. I don't like to be right in it. So I'm hoping if this weather holds, this bank holiday, Tuesday is looking good, well, at the minute, and I'm going to flick down Kingsmere Reef because I know they're getting bream down there. I spoke to Dick Leggett, who's a charter boat fisherman down there. That's his sort of backyard there, and he told me they're getting them sort of 3-pounders down there, so lovely size bream. They haven't showed up down here yet. We're normally a few weeks behind them. There's a boat steaming straight over towards me. I don't know who that is. I think it's my friend from the other club. He's out today. Pete Welford and Danny, the old boy, that's who I'm going to take out with me. Yeah, I think it is them. That's who's going to come out with me bream fishing. We did this video last year, me and him, but had only had such a short trip. I had a bit of a family crisis, and we were sort of only fished there for a couple of hours. I'll go back round and so I can get my drift line sorted. So what I've done is I've put a new trail in, and I'm going to go about, so I'm about a good 200 foot away. This is roughly where I want to be putting my anchor in, so I'm just going to stop my boat here. Right, I'm feeling pretty confident with where I'm sort of drifting at the minute, so I'm going to get myself back up there, chuck the pick in, and hopefully I should be on the money. Okay, so I've just chucked the anchor in. You can see the line out the back there, so I'm hoping this will get me on the money. It'll swing me round in a minute. Feel the boat swinging round now. And what I'll do is I'll put my sounder on as well. And what I'm really looking for is I'm just looking to get these little spiky bits coming up on the sounder. Don't want to be in that wreck, I'll be honest. This is looking pretty good. I don't want to tempt fate, but we are looking pretty good at the minute. So it's quite a small wreck, this. It's quite hard to get on at times, but do you know what? I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, I'll be honest, I think I'm good there. I don't think I need to pull out any more line. I'm going to try it. Let's get the baits down. I'll show you what I'm using. Right, so yeah, I'm happy there. Right, let's get this one down first. So yeah, what I'm using, I've got a Dower Kanzaki. This is an 80 class rod. It's a little bully stick. This will bully him out the wreck. I'm using a Pen Fathom 40 lever drag, and I've got a 100-pound leader on that and 60-pound braid. And what I'm doing is I'll do it my normal way with this. No, this way. I'm going to use this new way I'm going to try. So I'm going to actually use one of Craig's hookup leads, and I'm going to put this direct to a swivel, and then I'm going to put my trace direct on here. So this is a way that I'm going to try. I've never used this way before, and I think it'll be killer. So I've got a Coxswain Rule 10-0 hook, Muppet, 250-pound of leader, and I've got this snap swivel on here. So I'm hoping that should be plenty strong enough. What are you doing, Skip? Right, so what I'll do is I'll attach the lead. I'll use this nice shiny one. So I'm going to attach the lead to my swivel, like so. And then clip my trace direct to this. That's it, that's a strong set swivel. So in theory, this should pin my bait straight to the ground. There's no flowing trace or boom on this one, so I'm going to try that. And then on my other rod, I'm going to do it the way that I normally do it. Oops. Which is a boom, and I've got one of these Malcolm specials on here that he's made. I quite like these booms. So just a sliding boom, exactly the same setup, 100-pound leader, like a rubbing leader. And on here I'm going to still use one of Craig's luminous weights, but I'll just clip that on there like so, and fish it the way that I normally do, and just see what the comparison is. As I said, in theory, you know, that weight should be smack on that ground there, on that bottom, so it should be fine. Right, let's get my baits out. Let's get this out of the way. So what's this one? Okay, let's get myself a bit organised. Now, I don't know what I've got in here cuttle wise. These are some big buggers. Let's have a look. Oh. Yeah, these are quite nice actually, nice size. So what I'm going to do is take the bone out. So I'm just going to take this actual part of this out. if I can. Cool. This is where all the mess comes. So it doesn't matter too much. So I'm just taking that cuttle bone out of there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to literally try and slice this up in half. And these are last year's, and they've got all the eggs and guts and God knows what in them. It's a perfect bait. So I'm going to fish that one hole like it is, like that, and literally, let's put it on this hook up lead. Literally, I'm just going to go, so cold, literally just through the tail, like that. Okay, blimey, freezing. Right, let's get this over first, and then I can mess about. So that's my first bait, colossal. Right, let's see where I am. Yeah, I'm happy where I am. So let's get this one down. As I say, I'm about 50 foot away, so I'm pretty much on the money here. Trouble, when you're right inside that wreck, sometimes I get themselves wrapped round. I can literally get them out here. So I'm on the bottom. Let's just check. Yeah, I can feel that on the bottom. So I'll set my clutch really quite tight. Let's put that one in there, and I'll get the other one set up. Right, so same setup, this one, but obviously I'm just using a swivel and a boom on this one. So there again, that's the rig with a swivel. Cool, my fingers are freezing. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to just cut this bait down a little bit because it is a bit massive. So I'll just cut it down here, I think. I'll chuck that down. And there's the second bait. Right, let's get this over the side. This is on a sliding boom, so I'll try and put this one down. This is going to be fatal, actually, fishing with two rods, but gives me double the chance, but gives me double the trouble as well if I get a double hook up. But we'll try. Right, that one's down. Yeah, I can feel that. Okay, so we've got two chances now. Look at the mess already. Right, so let's just hope these rods start tapping. As I said, the conger bite is just a subtle tap, 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 tap. You know, you would imagine it will be a lunge, but it's not. It really is just a gentle little, almost like a pouting bite. I'll try and keep my boat as clean as I can, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's inevitable. I've taken my carpet up today, so... Right, come on, congers. So the wind has blown us just up a bit, but we're still okay. I might just have to set a little bit of line out, but as I said, we'll just try it first. If I keep getting pushed off, then I shall bomb the wrecking anchor down. Come on, Skip, out of the way. So I've just let out another little bit of line, and what I've done is I've moved my engine. By moving your engine, that will move your boat over. So I'm pretty good now. The lines are down and they're touching the bottom, so I would like to be over slightly more, but we are, you know, literally we are on it, just to the side, but pretty much on it. So we'll see. I'll say if I'm not happy, then I will just literally go round and bomb the anchor down inside it. And I don't know if you can see, I've cut up some bait. As I said, these cutters are quite big. These are some of the first ones that they get in the year, so they're massive. I do use them whole like that, I must admit, but today I know there is quite small, well, small sort of 20 plus pound congers on here, so I don't want anything too massive. Yeah, that's moving me around lovely now, just by moving that engine. That's swinging me back in, so I've moved over a good, you know, a good 50 foot. You'd be surprised by doing that. Also, what you can do is you can tie your rope around a cleat and that will swing you in as well. But we're pretty good here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, and I can see the parts of the wreckage coming up on the sounder, so I'm pretty happy here. Right, just need to get the congers feeding. So I've got plenty of cuttle here. I'm gonna chuck some down in a minute. Yeah, we're swinging lovely now. So I'm gonna chuck a few bits down just to sort of try and draw these congers out a bit. Get a bit of a scent trail going. Really and truthfully, I want to be throwing these up the front of the boat, because the time it gets down, it's probably miles out the back. But so normally I fish for conger about, you know, a couple of hours before slack or high, depending on it. So I'm sort of at the start of the tide, but I'll fish this through and see how I get on. This does fish better on the ebb, this one. So I think I'm getting a little inquiry on this rod here. As I said, the bites are so subtle, just a little tap, tap, tap. And what I don't want is for the two rods to go off. It's going to be chaos, but it's two baits down. The way I look at it, gives me two chances, and it gives me some idea of whether this hookup lead idea is a better way of doing it, or whether it's better on the boom. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think the congers really care. As long as that bait's pinned to the bottom, it don't really matter, but we'll see. As I say, hopefully they're not, I'm not going to catch one that's going to be too big for me to get in. If not, I've got a T-bar there. I'll T-bar it off at the side. Let me get that out ready. So I've got that. So there's my T-bar. So literally you put that round the line and pull the hook out. So let's get that ready, just in case. So the wind is causing me a few problems. I'm still good, but it's painful a little bit, you know. It does push you off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to check my baits sort of every 15-20 minutes, just to refresh them up, you know, get that scent trail down. So yeah, the wind's not doing me any favours. It's blowing me slightly back up again, but that might alter. I'll say once they get that scent trail there, they'll come out, you know. You don't have to be right in that wreck. So that was my third attempt at trying to anchor with the traditional one. So I've bombed my wrecking anchor straight in the middle of it now. So the only trouble in fishing like this, you have to get these congers out quick. So if I can get on one, I need to wrench him out. Hard work that was. Just the wind and the tide are not playing, and time's sort of against my side a bit. Well, we're in it now. We're definitely in it now. I'm glad I brought that wrecking anchor with me, you know. But so frustrating. You get on the right drift, what you think's on the right drift, and you just keep moving. So literally I am right on top of this wreck. So I need to be on my game, you know, when they yeah, brilliant. So hopefully we'll hit them. So you can see they're just bouncing on the bottom, just still tight. That bait's still tight down. I don't want to give it any slack, so otherwise it'll go around the wreckage, you know. Try and get these congers out and feeding. As I said, it's getting about the right time now, because we're about an hour before low water, so this is a perfect time. This is when I would come out to start to catch them. Now, I think that's a conger bite on that rod there. Just starting to get these little tips. I think it's just where he's nibbling through it. So we'll keep an eye on that. So I'll have to be quick, you know, to get these out. Otherwise they'll get wrapped round. Yeah, that's definitely a bite there. And what I don't want, as much as I would love to get it, I don't want a double look up. Now what I'm going to do, because I've got two rods down, I'm just going to change the bait on that one, drop that down, then change the bait on the other one, because I always want one bait in the ground. Yeah, I think this has dragged me in here. I think that might be a fish on. I don't know if that's a fish or if that's in the wreck. That's up. I've got it up. That's a fish. That's a fish on. Mate, that was curled in the wreck, I think. I don't know if it's, doesn't feel still on to me unless it's swimming up. I think it's swimming up. Blimey. Yeah, there was a little baby one. Oh, come on, out of the way. Oh well. I thought it was. Come out, Skip. Right. There you go. No. Right, so lovely hooked. Let's just hold him with these boga grips. No, out of the way. Right, that's it. Right, so there you go. So let's unhook him. So it's only lip hook, this one. So yeah, little conger. So hard to photograph. Right, let's get him back. So the beauty with these is you can just literally just release him, and there he goes. He slimed all over me, that one. Right, well, that's broken back. At least I got one, so let's get back over with the fresh bait. I thought it was, you know, the way it was tapping, but he wrapped himself around that wreck. That's the trouble when you're right on top of the wreck, is you have to be very, very quick with the bite. Oh, I was beginning to think I wasn't going to get one. It's always the way. This wreck is renowned for them, but you know, when you want them, you can't seem to get them. But it was no monster of the deep, but at least it was one. Right, so what I'll do is I'll change the other one now. Yep, there's one on there. Yep, nice. They're starting to swim up to me. You can see them, you can feel them swimming. It feels slightly better, but there you go. Slightly better one. Nice. And this was on the hookup lead. So let's get him in. There you go. No monster, but good fun. Right, stay there, Skip. Let's hold him with these. And then I can sort it out. Stay there. No. He's very inquisitive. Thinks it's hurting his dad. Get out of it. Right, let's get the hook out. So the hook's out, so they do want to spin. So let's get this line out. Now I don't know if you can see, I had to cull my line. So I think I'm just going to fish with the one rod because it's too hectic. That's the trouble. I mean, look at the state of this. They smashed me to pieces. So I'm just using this hook up lead, and then it will stop. It will actually stop them pulling that down into the wreck. So I'm tight on the bottom now. I'm going to put it on sunset, and literally I'm going to be ready now because otherwise it's just going to pull it into the wreck. So this one is literally knackered. So let's cut that. I'm not going to go down with two rods. It's too much. So, and that hook, literally that Cox and Raw hook went straight through my finger. Mate, I think the eel slime has sealed it, but that really hurt, that. They're so sharp. Good hooks, Mark. Yeah, that blood there is not the eel. That's me, that's my finger. Mate, that was agony. Right, let's put this one away. Otherwise I'm going to get in all sorts of trouble. So literally, I've got to be on my guard with this one then. Now I've got an inquiry on this one, and I just need to be aware that they are pulling me, so I'm just feeling this. Don't know if he's playing with it or not. You can feel them on the braid, you can feel them nibbling. Let's put that one dip back. I said it's like a dog and a bone affair. You move it slightly and they'll grab it. Yeah, he's having a play. Oh, my finger, killing me. Blood everywhere. And bless him, Skip, he's coming out to defend me. But I say one of them congers gets hold of him. He'll soon stop playing with them then. But sometimes it's hectic, you know, especially I had the other rod going and this, that and the other. Once you've got him with the boga grips, you know, you can literally hold them a bit better and then take the hook out and everything else. But it's just having them two rods out when it was too much. Hopefully we'll get a couple more and you know, maybe slightly bigger one would be nice. It's a very, very subtle bite, a conger bite. Just a little tap, tap, tap. As I said, I didn't think I even had one on there. I was just changing the bait, you know, and then you could feel it. Now I can feel this, see this here. So I'm just gonna literally feel him. I can feel him nibbling. So I'm gonna hit him in a minute. I'm just winding down. Yeah, I can feel him. Oh, mate. Yeah, that's a better one. Yeah, once you get him up, it's not too bad, you know. Yeah, he's better. Once you get him up out the water, in open water, you know, then you can play with him. Well, or he's playing with me. I don't want to do what I did last time and the line gives and I end up smashing my head against the thing. That's a bigger one, that's a better one there. That feels like the daddy. I've got to put that in between my legs and try and get him up. I think he's hanging on to something. I thought I got him up. He'll give in a minute. Let's put him in there, isn't it? Because he's stronger than me. He's stronger than me. So he tore himself out in a minute. See he's on there. Once I get him, right, I got him up in. Oh, got him up here off the water. He's off the bottom now. He was just clinging. Now he's swimming up. Yeah, it definitely feels better, this one. I can see him now. Yeah. Yeah, that's the better one. Yeah, that's got to be 30 plus. I don't know. Job to tell. No, probably not. It's a nice size. Right, now let's in. Right, so let's get me boga grips ready. Where are they? There. And I'll try and grab him. Alright, let's get him in. Yeah, that's a better one. Right, you get in there. Get in. Right, let's get the dog out of the way. Right, so that's a better size one. Right, so I've got him nice and safe now. So now I can get this hook out of him. You don't want him to start twisting. So it's not easy. Right, out skip. Let's take this trace off straight away. Cool, it is hard work on your own. Get in there, you. Nicely hooked. Let's get him off. And get this hook out of him. So I say it's best to get that trace off, and then he can do what he wants. Right, let's get him back. So beauty with these is you can literally lower him over the side and then just boom, let him go. And there he goes. Oh, mate, it's like doing 5 rounds with Mike Tyson. Okay, so trace is good. Let's just literally whack this in there again, through there, clip it back on that lead. So these hook up leads from Craig Thorne have certainly produced today, because being in the wreck, it doesn't give them any line at all to pull. Where it's in a sliding boom, it gives them a little bit, gives them a bit of leverage, you know. So it hasn't given them anything. I just literally hook them straight out. So let's get this down again. Oh. So what I'm doing is getting it to the bottom of that wreck. Right, I'm banged on it. So I put this to sunset straight away. So it doesn't give them, you don't want to give them any clutch. You saw I had trouble getting that one out, you know. But mate, great fun. But they're feeding now. So as I said, normally I do come sort of an hour before slack. Can't see anything with my glasses on. Bought the wrong ones today. So the boats turn round, so we're actually moved, but I'm bang in the middle. I'm not moving anywhere. The anchor line is straight down, and that, hopefully I'll get that wrecking anchor out. So you don't attach the chain, you take the chain off and just tie the rope directly to it. I've got a shackle, I just undo the shackle, tie the shackle around the wrecking anchor, and away you go. So look, there's another Another bite straight away on this one. I'm not going to give them anything. Yeah, I used to drag them over the side of that Wilson. It's a bit higher here to get them in, but that saw some fish, that boat. I should have just bombed this wrecking anchor on right from the start and dropped it straight in the middle of the wreck. The only thing I don't like about being right in the wreck is you can sometimes you just can't get them out. The 100-pound leader that I've got on, about sort of, well, it's round the reel twice and sort of the length of the rod and some, so probably about 15 foot of 100-pound. That just stops anything fraying. And as I said, the conger trace itself, I'd never use wire. As you saw when that fish was spinning up, that would have just cut him to pieces. So 250-pound mono is great. You know, it's yeah, it gets wrapped round them a bit, but it doesn't hurt the fish, you know. But there you go. Look, I'm getting it's a little inquiry on that, so I'm going to get ready because I don't want to. So I can feel him now. I can feel him. I can just feel him. He's not hooked yet. I'm just doing that dog and that bone affair. I think he's on. Oh, mate. So what I do is I put him in here a minute. That's the trouble when he's on the wreck. And we'll get him out. He'll come out there in a minute. He's caught himself around that wreck. He'll come out in a minute. You'll see him in a minute. I can't hold him. He won't break that rod. He'll give up in a minute, I'm hoping. The rocking of the boat is pulling on him as well. So I'm hoping he's probably got his tail wrapped around the structure. I'm hoping he'll come loose. We'll come back to this in a bit. Right, so beast won that time. I couldn't get that one out, so I've had to rig up again. He snapped me, so unfortunately I've had to rig back up again. So right, get that on sunset. So I need to be a bit quicker. Look, it's pulled my rod. Can you see that? Pulled my rod holder right over. I'll have to tighten that up when I get in. So I'm gonna be conscious of this now. I don't want that to happen again. So as soon as that starts tapping, I'm gonna have that in my hand ready. So just keep my eye on it constantly now. See, I think that's tapping now, so I'm gonna be aware of it. I'd rather lose a couple, you know, striking too early than have them wrap themselves. Yeah, I can feel him. So this might give you a better view of what I'm seeing when I get these congers. So I can feel him then. Right, let's drop it back down. Right, that's on that wreck, so hit that on sunset straight away. Can't afford to give them anything, otherwise they'll wrap me straight in there. Sorry about the vaping, but I've stopped smoking. Swap one for another, but I suppose this is a bit healthier. Someone said to me in a previous video, thought the boat was a light. Right, you can see I'm getting a inquiry now. So let's get myself ready. Just doing that dog and bone affair with him. Yeah, I can feel him now. Oh, hey, nearly did it again. So that has obviously frayed on the wreck, that. So I've lost that. I've lost my... It's either that or my leader knot that I just tied was rubbish. I did this fancy FG knot or something. Let's see. I'm not sure then. So I'll tie back on, try again. As I said, I'm waiting for Keith. Is a commercial guy I've met over here, nice guy. He's going to get me a load of smaller cuttles, which will be perfect for this type of fishing. So I'm just waiting for a phone call from him. That'll do. There's my bait, look at that. Right, let's get this over. Yeah, look, you can see virtually the minute that's down, that's banging. You see that? They're feeding well. Yeah, look, you can feel him now. Come on. Let's lift it up slightly and drop it back down. Let's see if he, that's on the bottom now. See if he takes that. So I'm thinking of, this is bank holiday weekend, I'm thinking of hitting down to Kingsmere, where all the bream are, on Tuesday, and next weekend, the Jubilee, I'm up fishing on my mate's boat, Smartfish. Will Parkinson is a Ray Marine and was an ambassador for everybody really, but he's a lovely guy, Will. I've never been out on Smartfish. I've known Will for quite a few years, and great guy, and we're going to have a smash around. And what he don't know is I'm going to stick a few MANIC fishing stickers all over his boat in different places, so he'll be finding them over the next few months. Yeah, I think that's one there. No, I struck too early. I don't want to let them get themselves caught, you know. They're not too fussed. You drop it back down in front of them and they'll take it again. They got no shame. Yeah, I mean, you can use lighter rods for these congers, you know, 20 to 30 or whatever. This is a 80 class, but literally you can bully them out. And if they do get tail wrapped down there, you know, like round the structure, well, apart from it moving my railing, normally you can put them in there and just let them get on with it, and they should come out. Sometimes you can give them a bit of line and that'll coax them out. Sometimes you just got to literally crank on the power and just let them, and they get themselves out. I said that other one took me into the wreck and just frayed the line. So I just want to catch one more to do, you know, and then I'll probably fly in, because it's well, it's only 1:30, but it'd be nice. I don't really want to be out any more than 3 o'clock, but we'll see how we get on. 1 or 2 more would be nice. Now what I've actually done, I don't know if you can see that rope there, I've pulled out. I expect I've lost my wrecking anchor, so I've pulled out of this wreck, and the line's all slack, so I reckon that anchor's gone, but it is what it is. What had happened, I didn't tighten the screw up on the D-ring, and I've got everything else. I got it in, and I've actually got the D-ring in, but the bar that goes through that you tighten up, I thought it'd be all right, but obviously it wasn't. So I've lost my wrecking anchor, so I'll have to get another one of them made. But anyway, it's not no dramas. Thanks for watching. I'm trying to get one out every week now, Manic Mondays. So hopefully the one you'll see after this is me down at Kingsmere catching bream. If you like the video, please like it. At the end of the video, you'll see my Manic Fishing logo. Hit that logo, that's the subscribe button. Please leave a comment if you want to leave a comment, and please hit that thumbs up. The likes are all good for the channel. Thanks for watching.